What if I told you that the absolute richest person in modern history actually started his entire financial journey as a very simple assistant accountant, earning a miserable 50 cents a day? In a world where most people deeply believe that massive success requires incredible luck, this man proved to everyone that the real language of ultimate power is simply pure numbers. He did not just build a regular corporation. He carefully constructed a terrifyingly dominant financial empire that controlled over 90% of the entire world's crude oil supply. His legendary name was John D. Rockefeller, and his extreme lifetime obsession with tiny bookkeeping details eventually transformed him into the world's very first official billionaire. This video is a complete masterclass in cold financial strategy, ruthless calculations, and how to build a massive fortune that was significantly greater than many modern nations. Born into a desperately poor family in New York, young John Rockefeller had to endure a chaotic, painful, and highly unstable childhood that shaped his early worldview. His father was a literal con artist who frequently abandoned the struggling family for months, teaching young John a harsh lesson to never ever trust anyone in life. Amidst this highly unpredictable and dangerous life, young Rockefeller found absolute emotional comfort and absolute safety in strict personal organization and perfect, unwavering daily discipline. He possessed only one true weapon against poverty: a small red leather notebook he legally called Ledger, which became his ultimate guide to financial survival. In this tiny book, he meticulously recorded every single penny he earned, spent, or gave away to charity, creating a perfect habit of tracking wealth. At the young age of 16, he walked the frozen streets of Cleveland for weeks under heavy rain, until he finally secured a job as an assistant bookkeeper. While all his regular co-workers saw accounting as a boring and repetitive task, Rockefeller uniquely envisioned it as a grand, intense, and deeply strategic game of chess. By analyzing these financial sheets, he completely and perfectly memorized exactly how modern businesses operate, how they lose money, and how they ultimately die. In 1859, the historic American oil rush suddenly exploded, legally driving thousands of disparate people completely insane with the wild dream of acquiring instant wealth. Countless families foolishly risked their entire life savings, manually digging into the muddy ground with shovels, hoping to strike oil and find easy riches overnight. While the whole country was trapped in this dangerous chaos, Rockefeller, with his cold accountant mind, carefully analyzed the situation and saw a different golden reality. He deeply understood that digging for crude oil was nothing more than a dangerous financial gamble, where the vast majority of people failed and lost everything. The real, guaranteed money was not in the messy extraction of oil, but in legally refining it into high-quality kerosene to safely light up millions of homes. At the young age of just 24, using his strict personal savings and carefully calculated bank loans, he boldly purchased his very first industrial oil refinery. In 1870, Rockefeller officially founded the Standard Oil Company with a dark ultimate strategy to completely eliminate all competition from the global market. He brilliantly utilized his advanced auditing and accounting skills to inspect his massive factories, searching for the smallest hidden details to reduce daily manufacturing costs. He famously noticed his factory workers using exactly 40 drops of solder to seal oil cans, and he strictly ordered them to try 39 instead. That single saved drop of liquid metal worked perfectly, ultimately saving his massive corporation hundreds of thousands of dollars in pure profit across the entire globe. He famously noticed his factory workers using exactly 40 drops of solder to seal oil cans, and he strictly ordered them to try 39 instead. That single saved drop of liquid metal worked perfectly, ultimately saving his massive corporation hundreds of thousands of dollars in pure profit across the entire globe. Next, he secretly negotiated highly profitable, exclusive deals with the major railroad companies, guaranteeing them a massive, steady volume of cargo for daily shipping. In legal return, the railroads granted him massive hidden discounts, making his transportation costs impossibly low for any of his struggling competitors to ever match. His corporate rivals could never compete with his extremely low prices, and one by one, they were forced into total bankruptcy or sold out to him. By the age of 40, John D. Rockefeller successfully controlled 90% of all oil refineries in America, completely dominating the economic foundation of the nation. He had established the most powerful industry monopoly in human history, turning his name into a global symbol of absolute wealth and unmatched power. Angry governments desperately tried to stop his monopoly with new antitrust laws, but his historic personal wealth only continued to grow much larger and more powerful. When he finally passed away, his astronomical net worth was calculated to be over $400 billion when adjusted to match today's modern money. To put that in perspective, he was significantly wealthier than modern tech billionaires combined, proving that he truly owned the architecture of our modern world. The poor assistant accountant who started with absolutely nothing but a small red notebook ended up completely conquering the entire global financial system through strategy.